welcome to Celtic Park. Big match of the afternoon, Celtic against St Mirren. Celtic in a very lean spell of league form, just one win in the last 6 league games, whereas St Mirren have lost twice in the last 13. So this could be a very tough task for Celtic. There's a bit of tension in the air, I can tell you. Well, the Celtic manager Gordon Strachan has reverted to a more familiar lineup. Glenn Lubins drops out and Gary Caldwell plays at centre back. And with Barry Robson and Sean Maloney sidelined by injury, Mark Crosas joins Scott Brown in the heart of midfield. Aidan McGeady is back, and there's no place at the start for top scorer Georgios Samaras, with Scott McDonald partnering Jan Vennegaard of Hesseling up front. St Mirren are unable to use their loan signing from Celtic, Scott Cuthbert, because of the terms of the deal which took him to Paisley. So Will Haining makes his first appearance in 3 months beside John Potter. Only one out-and-out striker selected by Gus McPherson, that's Billy Mehmed. So his principal support in attack will come from Andy Dorman, who will look to add to the 4 goals he's scored in the last 4 matches. Well, customary enthusiastic atmosphere here. There's Mark Crosas, the young Spaniard, may be surprised to have this starting opportunity, having recently expressed his disappointment about the lack of first-team action. Former Barcelona man is just 21, so he could still make a big impression at Celtic Park. And it's a warm welcome back to former Celtic fullback Mo Camara in St Mirren colours. So the man in charge this afternoon is Crawford Allen, and St Mirren having lost twice this season already against Celtic in the league, looking to make amends here. And Gus McPherson, the manager, will have applied a great deal of thinking to his preparation for this match tactically. He's proved to be very adept at making life very difficult for the big clubs in matches like this. And that recent good form has taken St Mirren into a very healthy position in the SPL. The days are long past when a team like St Mirren coming to Celtic Park came here with no real hopes. There's a genuine threat from this St Mirren side. Celtic will have to be at their best, I suspect, to take something from the match in terms of the 3 points required to maintain that league challenge. There's Hinkle's pass finding Nakamura, hugging the right touchline at the start of the match. Here is Crosas, involved straight away in the heart of midfield. Naylor playing it long. The man on the move is MacDonald, policed there by John Potter, who started his career as a Celtic player. So Chris Smith taking a bit of time with the ball to get himself settled. Not quite what he had in mind, I suspect. Well, there are some empty seats around the stadium, remarkably, with the league race so intense. You'd expected Celtic to have every seat occupied. Season tickets, of course, all sold. So it means that there's no lack of revenue from that, but it does make a little difference, I think, to the players. Here's Dorman, very much the form man in that St Mirren side. Cross here with Lee Naylor for Celtic. Now it's with Crosas. This is Scott Brown in an advanced position. Nakamura joining in the centre. McGeady also coming inside to get on the ball. Careless pass by Crosas. Won by Stephen Thompson. This is Ross. Mehmet with a layoff. Picking out the run made by Gary Mason. Well, high challenge there by Gary Mason and Lee Naylor, picked up by the referee Allen. It's a free kick to Celtic. Across the back it comes from McManus to Caldwell. Well, the job done by Gus McPherson with this really cannot be overestimated. He really has done a marvellous job on a very small budget. Will Haining is back in the side. He was replaced by Scott Cuthbert when he sustained an injury earlier in the season. Scott Cuthbert now watching from the stands. Loan signing, unable to play for St Mirren. This is Brown's layoff. Here's McGeady. Under serious pressure there from Hugh Murray. This is Brown, a shooting chance. Now McGeady is cued, ball in. St Mirren struggling to get this ball to safety. Pinned back here by Celtic. This is Scott Brown. That's a thumping tackle there by Nakamura, who wasn't at all happy with the earlier challenge made by Scott Brown. That's why that exchange is taking place. They will have known each other for some time, because Nakamura would play against Scott Brown when he was a Hibs player when he was with Celtic. Well, Nakamura clearly believes that Brown elbowed him and laid his challenge in the air, and that's why that exchange is taking place. The thumping tackle initially, and then the finger pointing and the verbals. A task there for referee Crawford Allen. There's no free kick there. It was a good solid challenge by Nakamura. Now Hinkle back with Nakamura. This is Dorman. Mehmet trying to show himself up front. Just one striker deployed here by Gus McPherson. That is Mehmet. It was a very tough task here. We'll be looking for Andy Dorman to support as much as he possibly can. He's the natural goal scorer from midfield. He's scored 7 times this season in all, but 4 in the last 4 games. Now Nakamura drifting inside, taking out a fine pass wide for McGeady. McGeady using Naylor as a decoy. That's McDonald. Now it's with McGeady again. So the pressure goes off that St Mirren defence. Well, there's certainly an urgent start made here by Celtic. Gus McPherson is making a big name for himself as a tactician. Well, it's kept in play. A header by Thompson. This is Mason. One back by Brown. McDonald picks out Nakamura. Hinkle overlaps in the right back position. It's an excellent ball across. Difficult one there for Smith. It was just out of reach of Scott McDonald, and Smith was relieved. There was no Celtic player able to take advantage of his parry. This is Dorman. Strong, direct running. Now Brady. Well, going for the far top corner, Gary Brady. A very good swift counter-attack by St Mirren. Oh, Chris Smith relieved. I've no doubt at all about this. It's a wonderful ball delivered in here by Hinkle, just out of reach of McDonald, but difficult for Smith. Finished up kindly beside one of his own defenders rather than the Celtic player. McGeady robbed. Murray playing it back here for Nakamura. Hopeful ball forward. The only target really is Mehmet. It's a very tough task indeed up there on his own. The throw goes to St Mirren. Back from Thompson here to Potter. Mehmet challenging. Caldwell was with him. There was no real threat at all to the Celtic defence, and now McManus can ring it out. McGeady. Strong challenge by Potter. Turned across there by Murray. Well, St Mirren have adjusted now to what looks to be a 4-1-4-1 formation for this game. They have a back four of Ross, Potter, Haining and Nakamura. Hugh Murray is a sitting player right in front of that back four. And a good clearance there by Haining. Celtic trying again to make progress on the left. It's a long cross there from Naylor. There's no one coming in that area for Celtic. Harmlessly behind. Well, Naylor and Hinkle clearly have been given a licence to go forward on these flanks as much as they want. One of the best of kickers again by Chris Smith, but coming to really no harm. It's offside there against McDonald. So the four supporting Billy Mehmet are Thompson, Mason, Dorman and Brady. Quite a pronounced 4-1-4-1 they have now, St Mirren, against the 4-4-2 of Celtic. Good pass from Brown. This is McDonald. Now Nakamura. Then they got Hesseling doing well. Another chance for him now. A very good pass by McDonald to Venigola Hesseling. You would have expected him to react a little bit quicker than that. This is Hinkle. Now Nakamura. Naylor forward. Strong challenge there by Ross. McGeady's in behind him. An excellent pass. McGeady's first time ball cut off there by Plotter. It's good covering play though defensively by St Mirren. You would expect to be under a lot of pressure as they are at the early stage of the game particularly. Good play there by Murray. Now Nakamura. Very composed in possession, Gary Caldwell. That's why he can move into midfield with such comfort when required. Now Hinkle again. Crosas, a sitting player, they're allowing Brown a little bit of freedom to go forward. Naylor using McGeady. Good tackle by Ross. Well, McGeady stopped and Ross continued into that space. Well, the crowd not happy with Billy Mehmet. Didn't seem to do much wrong there. It was enough to distract McManus on the high ball. This is Mason. Now Nakamura. This is Gary Brady. But obvious there, well read by Mark Crosas. Good pass, picks out McDonald. Celtic clearly trying to keep the tempo high. Murray nodding it back. Great servant to St Mirren. 11 years he's been, 11 years plus he's been a St Mirren player. He is again. A terrific service over many years. Back with Will Haining. It's well taken in by Brady under pressure. That's fine play by Mehmet. Now Dorman. Always very direct in this position. And the deflection carries the ball wide for the corner, but he is a threat all right, Andy Dorman. Well, missed a lot of the season through injury, but now really back to full vigour, causing a serious issue there for the Celtic defence. So Potter comes forward with Haining to join the attack for this corner kick, which Gary Brady will take. Target is Haining. He's under pressure all the way from Venigola Hesseling and Hinkle. McDonald needs some support. Gets it from McGeady. Skipping away from Ross. This is McDonald with a shooting chance. Well, plenty of power, but Smith's positioning was good. Well, the menace of Scott McDonald clear again for all to see. Good turn and shot. Clumsy first touch there by Mehmet, giving possession away effectively to McGeady. This is Caldwell now to Hinkle. Henning very much in command of that situation. Well, goals have been the problem for Celtic in recent matches. The last 3 league matches, only 1 goal scored. That was the one last week at Motherwell, which was enough only to earn a point. 0-0 at Inverness, 0-0 against Rangers before that. So the pressure is on the strikers to deliver. They will no doubt argue that it's a lot to do with the supply. Good pass there from Nakamura. Now Hinkle. It's a good delivery. Well, it's a very fine ball that towards Vinegar and Hesseling. Starting position wasn't the best there, the Dutchman. That's why he really couldn't get on that with any real conviction. It's good delivery though by Hinkle. Good marking by Potter too. Ahmed got a head flick on, he took a bang in the face from Stephen McManus. Well, Gordon Strachan still looking to find the formula to get his side scoring again. Crosas did well. This is Nakamura. Well, the wide men being encouraged to move inside, Nakamura and McGeady, and leave space for the fullbacks to exploit in these wide positions. Back with the skipper, McManus. Nakamura's found space. Well, Nakamura opens the scoring. It's a real howler from Chris Smith. Nakamura on his weaker foot, the right, gets the opening goal. It's been a very unhappy start to the match for Chris Smith. Well, Nakamura, I suspect, can't believe that. It's goal number 7 of the season for him. But I don't think he expected this to find its way to the net. Smith get 2 hands to that, should certainly have been able to deal with it. May have been better to try to push it over the top. He did try to catch it, I think. That was the mistake. Threw his hands into the net. And Celtic with a very welcome lead from their point of view. Well, that's what it means to Chris Smith. Nakamura looking somewhat bemused when that hit the net. His weaker foot, the right. Well, it's a kind of error which the smaller side coming to Celtic Park really cannot afford. Just a clear error by Chris Smith. Although he will argue also that Nakamura found space very easily outside the box to set himself for the shot. A little bit of discipline lacking there among the St Mirren players. Forward now comes Kamara, running straight into Nakamura. Well, a perfect start that for Celtic, just to ease any kind of pressure. Always welcome a goal in the first quarter of the match, especially here at Celtic Park, where the crowd is demanding. Well, Smith's clearance once again out of play. Well, it's a real test to his temperament, the young goalkeeper. He's got to really put that all behind him. Start again. Ross McPherson still urging his men on. Organising from the touchline. Now it's with McManus. McManus again. Chested back by Henning. Well, it's the big moment of the match so far, no doubt about that. That opening goal. It does make such a difference. The smaller team having to try to claw back an early Celtic lead. Not easy. This is Haining. Careless pass by Ross. Naylor finds McGeady. Oh, he's done well again, but Vinegar of Hesslink's well underneath that. Came to the near post. There was no one going on the far post. Celtic would expect a runner going to both sides of the goal, in which case that would have been a decent cross from McGeady. Offside flag up against Billy Mehmet. Well, Celtic are about to make a change here very early in the match. Lee Naylor is waving to the technical area and looks to be in some difficulty. And I think he's going to be replaced. He certainly indicated to the bench that he's not able to continue. Still staying there for the moment. And Darren O'Dea is preparing to replace him, I think. Potter plays it long, straight to the head of Hinkle. Good interception there by Murray. This is Camera. Clearance from Caldwell. Well, it must be a huge disappointment to Gus McPherson to have conceded so early in the match, especially such a soft goal. They're looking to be very tight for the opening half hour and introduce even more frustration in these Celtic ranks, and especially as players would feel the reaction from the crowd. Hinkle playing it in. That's well cushioned down by Murray to Camera. There's Mason. A lot of experience on that St Mirren side. Certainly not a place for boys in the side. Now Hugh Murray. A rare chance to come forward from that defensive midfield role he has. It's Thompson now to Mehmet. Clumsy touch that by Dorman.
Substitution for Celtic.
So here comes that substitution. Premature end to the match for Lee Naylor. Well, he certainly indicated that he was struggling to the bench, and he's an experienced enough player to know whether or not he could continue. He's conveyed the message. So it'll be a chance for young Darren O'Dea again to make an impression. Central defender by nature. But he has played very effectively at fullback on a number of occasions. And he'll have that opportunity once again. His first task will take this throw in. Murray's header, that's spinning out of Hesselink. Held it up well there for O'Dea. Now Brown. Opening a play out intelligently. Hinkle now has possession. Well, that's the spoiling role which Murray has. Cutting off supply to the front. Just ahead of his two central defenders. Now it's with O'Dea. Crosas. McGeady. I'm not sure who the target was for that, but Hinkle will keep this in play. It's a very good delivery, an excellent chance for Scott MacDonald. Might have done a lot better than that. Well, he knows that. You can tell by the reaction, but what a terrific delivery again, yet again, from Andreas Hinkle. who is crossing in the right, has been top class so far in the match, and this was excellent. Marking not terribly good there among the St Mirren players. And they could easily have been punished here. They should have been punished. Made a big impact, Hinkle, in attack though. Hinkle forward. This is Nakamura. There you go, Hesling comes short. Well, Ian Eller on the dugout, rubbing his shin rather fiercely. Find out more later. McManus with the long ball forward. Benigod of Hesling keeps it alive for Brown. Now it's with Hinkle. Nakamura. McGeady. Well, no surprise there that he was intent on testing Chris Smith again. His confidence must be a little bit suspect at the moment, the young St Mirren keeper. I'm slightly surprised, in fact, that Celtic haven't had more attempts on goal to try to cash in on that uncertainty early in the game. McManus brings it out. OD available. There's good tight marking among the St Mirren players. McDonald comes short on the pressure there from Potter. Well, that early goal makes life so much easier for Celtic. They can play this kind of possession game without incurring the wrath of their supporters. And I suspect, but for the goal, there might be some pressure being applied to get the ball forward more quickly. Crosas, and that's sitting roll in midfield. Nakamura. Good turn by Brown, but running straight into Murray. And a late challenge there by Brown on Murray after he played the ball away. That's why it's a free kick. Straight down the middle from Chris Smith, but that's going to cause no trouble at all. Well, the opening league game of the season was between these two sides here, way back in August, and it was won by a solitary goal, penalty kick, hotly disputed by St Mirren, scored by Barry Robson. It was very difficult indeed, that match. And then at Love Street in November, a bit more comfortable for Celtic, won by 3 goals to 1. This is Brown, and now McGeady attacking Jack Ross. Ross did just enough there with some help from Murray. Mehmet using his strength there against McManus. St Mirren get the throw. Well, a very tough task that for Billy Mehmet. You can't imagine he'll play 90 minutes like that. There are certainly 3 strikers on the bench. Wyness, Dargo and Hamilton are on the bench for St Mirren, and you would imagine that Billy Mehmet will be asked to run himself into the ground for an hour and then be replaced. Ross in trouble. He's a good recovery, very good recovery. Mason now to Brady. Caldwell stood up well to Dorman there. Very comfortable in this position, Caldwell striding forward. That's an excellent pass. Here's Scott McDonald. And the challenge from the behind by Jack Ross has given Celtic a penalty. Well, St Mirren are not happy at all about that. But it was a challenge from behind. It took out McDonald in the act of shooting, and it's a red card for Jack Ross. Well, you have to have massive sympathy for the St Mirren defender. He had to make an attempt at a tackle, but taking the man from behind denying him an obvious goal-scoring opportunity means St Mirren are reduced to 10 and Celtic have a penalty. Well, didn't make contact with the ball, it didn't appear. He did catch McDonald. Tagging from behind was always going to be hazardous. Well, what a difficult task this becomes for St Mirren, but here's the penalty. It's Venigor of Hesselink against Smith. The keeper made the save. Well, some consolation there. That'll boost the young man's confidence. Well, he's compensated now for the error which gave Nakamura the opening goal with a very good block there with his legs. Not the best of penalties by Venigor of Hesselink, it has to be said, but still good goalkeeping. Lean time over his hand. Only 2 goals this season for Big Dutchman. Now it's with Crosas and Nakamura. Well, Potter will be happy enough with that. Blocked by Caldwell for the goal kick. Well, now, decisions have to be taken. He's made them. He wants to make the adjustments. It looks as though he now has to go 4-4-1. He's still not happy, Gus McPherson, with the referee's call there. I'm sure in both counts, both the penalty decision and the red card. Well, just let's see if Jack Ross got a touch on this. It was an excellent bit of play by Gary Caldwell, top-class play. And there was McDonald in the act of scoring. I don't think the referee can be faulted. Looked a penalty from here. And sadly, the way the rules stand, I think they're very harsh rules, I must confess. I think a penalty is more than enough by way of penalty on the punishment, rather, on the defending team. But that's how the rules stand. The referee doesn't make them, he just enforces them. You can imagine, in fact, that Crawford Allen would almost have apologised to Jack Ross when he sent him off, because there certainly was no intent to do any damage to McDonald. He was just trying to make a despairing tackle there, the last ditch. Caldwell's error, the man who made that opportunity for the goal for Celtic. Well, the penalty kick was spun by Venigor of Hesselink. Might well have been taken by Barry Robson, who scored the one by which Celtic won the match way back in August. But he, of course, is injured. This time by Mehmet. He thought he was fouled by McManus. Winkle's pass. This is Venigor of Hesselink. Now Crosas. Well, St Mirren will no doubt feel they still have some kind of a lingering chance to save this. Had they gone 2 behind, I reckon they would have been struggling very much. And Venigor of Hesselink is offside. Well, past the half-hour mark now, and Chris Smith feeling a lot bitter about himself, I suspect, now. He made that penalty save. McManus plays it across to Odie. McManus now. Nakamura drifting inside. Now it's with Hinkle. Taking on Gary Brady. That's good play by the German fullback until the cross. This time, much poorer quality than he's been offering so far in the match. Easy enough for Chris Smith. Strong challenge made by McManus, a very effective 1-2. McGeady against Murray, who's now right back for St Mirren. That's very good play by Murray. Well, that's all that's happened now. The man who was in that one position in front of the back four is now playing it right back. And it's a 4-4-1 formation for St Mirren. Still a huge task for Billy Mehmet up front on his own. Great layoff there to Nakamura from McDonald. Still Nakamura trying to engineer a shooting chance, and a misunderstanding in the end with Hinkle. Well, Nakamura isn't looking entirely comfortable. He had taken a knock. He took a knock, in fact, at the point where he scored the goal. Crosas nodding it forward. It's plotted up against Vinegar of Hesselink, who is backing in illegally. It's a free kick to St Mirren. Well, Gus McPherson reorganising all his pre-match plans. Destroyed by that red card for Jack Ross. Manus with a header. Gorman back here to Thompson. Now Murray. Manus going in bravely there with any clearance, but it comes back here to Dorman. Couldn't take the ball with him. Now Nakamura breaks. Good running again from Hinkle, using that space on the right. Here's Nakamura. How simple does he make it look? Stroked into the corner. Celtic are 2 in front, and surely now the match is already beyond St Mirren. Well, Nakamura has been such a positive influence for Celtic and the creative sense throughout the match. It's very good play again by Hinkle. Look at the space for Nakamura. And he tucks that away brilliantly beyond Chris Smith, who is completely blameless on this occasion. Fine finish by Nakamura, and that eases any strain remaining in the Celtic ranks. And now the big worry for St Mirren must be the fact that there's a possibility of caving in here. 35 minutes, 2 goals behind, a man down. Having had that life from the penalty miss, they goes for nothing now. Nakamura must have been a candidate, in fact, to take the penalty kick in the absence of Robson. But Vinegar of Hesselink has taken them before too. That's good play by Murray, very determined. Surely fouled there going forward. Indeed he was, by McGeady, who wants to have a word with Murray. Why, I don't know. Thinks he was fouled earlier, I think. Another question that could be asked with that second goal is whether or not Nakamura would have had that amount of space had Hugh Murray still been in that sitting midfield position, which he occupied so effectively when St Mirren had the 11 players. Flash of heads, the play will stop. So it looks like Mehmet and Odi, I think, who have been injured here. Billy Mehmet for St Mirren and Darren Odi for Celtic. Well, certainly nothing untoward about the challenge, just committed players. More than that head clash. Well, this must have been a match which pre-match would have given some concern to Gordon Strachan, with the dearth of goals in his ranks, and with St Mirren obviously growing in confidence as the season goes on. Now he has some earnest instructions for Scott McDonald. Scott McDonald also explaining himself to some extent to his manager, who's obviously offering some words of criticism there, I think. So both players back after that injury, and now it's with Hinkle for Celtic, and Caldwell and McManus. Woody's pass, here's McGeady. That's good play. McGeady supporting from left back. And Haining had to turn that away from Vinegar of Hesselink. Got a kick to Celtic. Good running by O'D, very well found by McGeady. The angle very tight for Vinegar of Hesselink, who could only have headed that back across goal. Nakamura on a hat-trick now, of course. It's a good safe catch by Smith. Nakamura also has the chance to have a genuine hat-trick, but he's had a right foot goal, a left foot goal. Just needs a header now to complete the set. Not renowned for that, mind you. That's good play by Caldwell. Great awareness to pick out Crosas, and Nakamura knew he was under severe pressure from Kamara. Disappointing ball that by Crosas, who apologised. He'd instantly to Scott McDonald. A wave of his left arm. Gorman to Mason. Well, Murray, bad first touch. He had to retrieve that with a good tackle on McGeady. Crosas to Nakamura. Drifting inside to very good effect once again. Space on here by Hinkle. Trying to go round Kamara. And help required from Gary Brady. Proving to be a real handful. Hinkle for Kamara. Well, into the final 5 minutes of the first half, when Celtic have dominated territorially. In fact, Artur Borac has yet to make a save in the game, that I can recall. Nakamura's near post ball. The referee takes a linesman's guidance to make that a goal kick. And we'll see if that was right. Indeed it was. The goal of Hesselink at the last touch. Like Smith once again. Finding touch. He's done that in both flanks now. This is Darren O'D. Over the top for McGeady on the run. He's going in behind Murray. Forcing Potter out to cover. It's a good delivery. Just too high for Vinegar of Hesselink. He couldn't quite get over that. He was very well picked out though by McGeady. He just saw the gap to play the ball through here as he was closed down by Potter. He's made that half yard. McManus getting the better of Mehmet in the air. McGeady. And now McDonald. Scott Brown caught from behind by Mason. He's caught his heel. That's why it is a free kick. Just caught there by Mason. Brown again, taking on Mason once more. Captain well. McGeady. Nakamura. So D well forward in the penalty box. Crosas with a pass between Hinkle and Caldwell. Started again, the Spaniard in midfield. It's a good pass. McGeady calling for that. Delivered well. Good cut back, but it's well defended. Now Hinkle again. Very good of Hesselink. Brilliant save by Smith. Well, great improvisation there by the big Dutchman. He was picked out very well indeed by Hinkle. Good imagination shown here. The acrobatic effort must have taken the keeper by surprise, but Smith did well. So here is Nakamura now with the out-swinging corner kick. Being attacked well off the crossbar from Colwell. A life again for St Mirren. They really are rocking now. Celtic clearly going for the kill here, which a third goal would surely mean. Scott Brown now. Back to Hinkle. First half almost over. Celtic still pressing for yet more joy in terms of goals. Well, that's great play. There's McGeady. Terrific chance again. A very good of Hesselink. St Mirren carved open once again defensively. We really are struggling with a man down. Well set up by McDonald and McGeady. It was tailor-made for very good of Hesselink. Header by Caldwell came off the crossbar a moment or two ago. It could be serious this for Chris Smith and for St Mirren. Well, Mehmet's header really designed for himself to chase. Such a thankless task he has. This is McGeady. Nakamura again drifting inside, making all that space on the right for Hinkle. Well, real worry there for Smith. Tantalising little lob that by Hinkle. I'm not sure he tried it, but it certainly caused some anxiety for Chris Smith. He ran out of options eventually, fired that in. The keeper again trying to catch that. You wonder if he should have just tipped it over the bar. They might have done with the opening goal.
Marco, turn and play forward, let's go!
Modena inside to Crosas. Celtic looking to finish the first half with a flourish. Careless pass by Nakamura, well cut up by Dorman. Giving it straight back to Scott Brown. A slight play there by McGeady. And a foul committed there by Scott McDonald, bundling his man off the ball there. He doesn't agree, clearly. Little Australian here, making that challenge and all. Looked to be a foul to me, I must say. Potter looking for Mehmet. McGeady had his bearings right, knew exactly where he was. Well, referee Crawford Allen, I think, has seen enough in the first half. Celtic lead by 2-0. Nakamura, the scorer of both. Well, it was some unfortunate assistance from the goalkeeper. Again, very good. Hesselink missed a penalty kick, which would have made it 2-0 before Nakamura's second. Well, let's take a look at these goals. The first one with Nakamura in good position on his right foot. Should have been a comfortable save for Smith. He tried to catch it, went through his hands. Misery for the keeper. This was a very good save though from Benigoro Hesselink on the penalty kick. He could do nothing about this one. Tucked neatly into the corner by Shunsuke Nakamura. And Celtic have a very comfortable lead. Remember, St Mirren have been reduced to 10 men with the ordering off of Jack Ross at the penalty incident. The half-time score at Celtic Park. Celtic 2, St Mirren 0. second half of the match dominated so far by Celtic, who will start the game again. No change in either lineup at half-time. Remember, Darren O'Dea has already replaced Lee Naylor, and Jack Ross has been ordered off for St Mirren, so the 10 men of St Mirren will have been reorganised by Gus McPherson during the interval. And no doubt prepare for something of an onslaught in this second half. Celtic will see this as an opportunity perhaps to do something about the goal difference issue. They trail Rangers on that basis, and should they win this match, it will be all about goal difference again. And winning the match looks most likely, but here's Andy Dorman, outrun there by Brown in midfield. Great athlete. Here's Brown again. Interesting the way in which Celtic have encouraged their wide midfield players, Nakamura and McGeady, to drift inside, making space for the fullbacks to support and give the width. Hinkle's done that very effectively so far. This is McGee. It's Darren O'Dea playing it inside to Crosas. Now it's with Brown. Space on the far side here again for Hinkle. A chance there for McDonald. Good link-up play between the strikers. Vinegar of Hesselink with a header back to his strike partner. And this really is an excellent chance. It's played in with the left foot of Hinkle. Headed across deliberately there by Vinegar of Hesselink, and McDonald will be very upset he couldn't keep that down on the volley. Well, it certainly would have been a hammer blow completely to St Mirren so early in the second half. But they played some tidy, steady stuff. St Mirren. Difficult enough to come here with a full complement of players, but having lost Jack Ross so early in the match, in that penalty incident, they really have been against the cosh from that point on. Good tackle made by Murray. The referee looked at it very carefully, decided there was nothing amiss. Across it goes from O'Dea to Caldwell. Well, Celtic relishing this opportunity to get back on the rails. The last home match was against Rangers when they drew 0-0. Before that, they had a narrow win against Queen's Park in the Cup here by 2-1. That's great play by McGeady on the byline now. Wonderful wing play again by Aidan McGeady. In that kind of form, he really is irresistible. And takes on Murray here, goes outside him right to the byline, looking up there to play the ball in. All closed down on him very quickly though. Here's Nakamura once again. Good delivery, helped on there by Murray. Safety. Jill Brown gets on the ball. Well, I think he played quite deliberately there for a corner kick, Brown. Intelligent play. Nothing else Mehmet could do, closing him down, but played the ball that way. Every St Mirren player, as you might expect, inside the penalty box defending this set piece. Crosas offering a short corner, but it's taken in a more orthodox fashion by Nakamura. Headed away easily by Brady. Hinkle. Headed down by Murray, only as far as McManus. Now McGeady. Thompson able to thump that forward, but again, nothing there for Mehmet to work with. McGeady. This is McDonald trying to play an early ball towards Vinegar of Hesselink, but has to settle for the corner. Well, I suspect this may well be the pattern of play in this second half. So Mirren will just be looking for the odd scraps to work on when they can break from the defensive shell. Will be very anxious though not to take a hammering here. Well, O'D lost his bearings there. It was right at his feet, but he wasn't aware of that. McGeady back to Hinkle. Crosas, the man left at the back when the big men go forward for the set pieces. Caldwell is back, so too is McManus now. Good pass from McManus. This is Nakamura. Oh, that's great play by McGeady. The other away was by Potter. Crosas. Oh, that's outstanding! The finish from Mark Crosas. Absolutely stunning. Goal number 3 for Celtic. Well, they don't come any better than that. Well, the cleanest of strikes from the Spaniard. Well, this really was a collector's item. Wonderful play here by McGeady. Look at this step over here to win the ball back. The header out by Potter goes straight to Crosas. And just look at the power and the accuracy there. Smith was helpless. Brilliant play by McGeady. Header out by Potter. He must have thought he had done his job. Oh, that's just terrific. Outstanding strike for the ball by Mark Crosas. Well, that really has brought the crowd to life again. Well, everything going right now for Celtic. Well, what a way to strike your first goal. Mark Crosas. OD forward. Potter played it against McDonald. It's a throw to St Mirren. Well, it's all going sour for Gus McPherson. Not his fault, I would say, by any means. He may reflect on the selection of Chris Smith when he looks at that opening goal, which was so important. Smith playing just his 4th match of the season. It's Mark Howard who's been the regular keeper. He's on the bench this time. Down goes Dorman, caught there by McManus. So free kick taken the wrong place too quickly by Stephen Thompson. Well, here's the change being made.
Substitution for St Mirren.
On comes David Barron to replace Andy Dorman. So Barron will play it right back with Murray back in the centre of midfield. Injury worry about Andy Dorman. I think that must be the reason for that decision. Is Barron involved straight away? Scott Brown manhandled there by Thompson. An obvious yellow card, that completely unnecessary. Handful of Brown shut. Off goes Hinkle again. McDonald helps it on for McGeady. That's a good save by Smith. Difficult one. Coming at pace, bouncing in front of him. Does very well here, the keeper. Using OD as a decoy to set up the shooting chance. McGeady. Only one St Mirren player out for this short corner kick. Could live to regret that. Here's a chance for McGeady again. Another good save by Smith. Well, it really is shooting practice now for Celtic. Could be a very long second half for St Mirren. It's good goalkeeping though. goalkeeper, getting plenty of opportunity to show his real ability. Nakamura plates it in again. Potter gets to the ball. No respite though for St Mirren. Here's Brown. Number 4 for Celtic. Oh, straight through Chris Smith this time. He couldn't be bolted though. Hit Adam with terrific power from short range. Well, Scott Brown getting his 6th goal of the season. And this goal difference issue really is now being addressed by Celtic. Well, it was deflected also to make life even tougher for Chris Smith. Good play though by Calder. Great return pass. Nothing Smith could do about this. So 4-0, lots of time left. 35 minutes left in fact. This really could be anything now if Celtic continue maintaining the pace. Brady wins it back well. Here's Camara, now Mason. Nimit's touch was heavy and inaccurate. This is Brown. McDonald picks out the run made by Nakamura, who was pushed there off the ball by Murray. It's a free kick to Celtic, and a chance again perhaps for Nakamura on this angle. Not much doubt about that. Well, he could have a direct attempt on goal from here, I think, Nakamura. The angle is, I think, just about all right for him. A dilemma in the mind of Chris Smith, perhaps. There's the decision! It's the hat-trick for Nakamura! 5-0 to Celtic. A real Nakamura specialist. Look at the pace and power and the accuracy. Smith could do nothing. Rifled in just inside the post. Oh, what a day he's having. The disconsolate figure in goal, Chris Smith. Well, Nakamura gets his hat-trick, and the referee has yellow carded Hugh Murray, I think, for complaining, probably maintaining his protest about the free kick, which he thinks shouldn't have been given. Well, Crawford Allen reacting to that, but Hugh Murray certainly was aggrieved that the free kick being given. I don't think he had a complaint, I may say. I thought it was a foul. So here's Barron. Back from Potter. Just listen to the Celtic crowd now. It's exactly the kind of performance and result they were looking for to re-establish this league challenge with an emphatic result like this. There's no sign of a let-up either. The pace is being maintained by Celtic. Sliced there by Henning, no question about that. Being taken by Smith. Couldn't have been a deliberate pass back unless Henning was a particularly talented player. Nemeth working hard, so too is Thompson. Brady held up by Brown. Here's Scott Brown. Then he got a Hessling trying to stay onside. Well, Hugh Murray is still protesting. He's just been yellow carded by referee Crawford Allen for dissent. and he's going to be withdrawn. He is being taken off here. And the replacement of young Stephen McGinn. Very sensible management, I would suggest, by Gus McPherson, recognising the signs of the possibility of being reduced to 9 men. So off goes Murray. In comes young Stephen McGinn, who scored a splendid goal against Celtic at Love Street earlier in the season. Prudent management, I would say. Crosas with the layoff. Here's McManus. Well, 2 minutes 3 seconds between these goals, number 4 and 5. So real problems for St Mirren now. They have to maintain their pride in themselves. They have to dig in very hard here. I think that Celtic maybe think they've done enough and calm down a bit. D going in much too fiercely there on Thompson. Oh, D yellow card. I don't think there was any purpose in the volley of verbals back to the referee after that yellow card. Doesn't really change anything. Bad tackle by the youngster. I also think that one of the things Gus McPherson has done is put McGinn to play wide on the left-hand side, and I think he's been given the task of making sure that Hinkle doesn't get the freedom he's had so far in the game to come charging forward on the right-hand side. Even though the game is well lost, he's still working hard and thinking how to minimise the damage. This is Thompson. And did too long on the ball there. Crosas denied him time and space. Well, there's the ball again to Hinkle. That's the one I thought McGinn was perhaps going to be asked to sort out. He's trying to get on terms here, but this is Nakamura again. And Hinkle couldn't force it in. Well, let off there for St Mirren. Oh, Chris Smith stood up well to this in the end. Made a good block. Great pass inside by Nakamura. Caught between Hinkle's feet, I think. He went with his left eventually. No reason why McManus did anything else. Bit of thought that after Boric has been watching the match all the way through here and has had absolutely nothing to do at all. Hasn't made a save, has not been called upon. Well, the real test might be when he does have something to do, just to see how the concentration has been maintained. That's good work by McGinn. Oh, he's done well there to win the corner. Thumping that against Hinkle. Well, St Mirren is still sending the centre-backs forward. Haying is there, so too is Potter. They clearly still have some pride here, and they want to snatch a goal they can. Boric was certainly stranded there, got some help from Gary Caldwell. Well, St Mirren, I'm sure, will welcome this little bit of respite in terms of defending. A chance to put some pressure on. Have to be aware of fast counter-attack, mind you. It was a header from John Potter. He started his career as a boy here at Celtic. didn't make any first team appearances, but has had a good career for himself since then. And Fairman and Clyde and St Mirren. Well, Gordon Strachan looking a very relaxed figure, as you might expect. This is McManus. Turned away by Potter. Georgios Samaras is being prepared for action here. Odie driving that against Barron. It's a corner kick. Yet another chance. Caldwell and McManus to go forward. A lot of threats in that area for someone to cope with. Benninger of Hessling obviously, and McManus and Caldwell. He also is there. Poor corner that time by Nakamura. It's a throw this time. It didn't go for the corner, which Celtic were hoping for. Odie back here to McGeady. That's good play. Here's McDonald and Nakamura. Bring it in early. That's a good diving header that by Benninger of Hessling. Good attempt on goal. He was under pressure all the way there. So he didn't have any freedom with this. He had to battle his way in front of the defender, Will Haining, to get to that. Samaras is almost ready for action now. Odie. Well, it was raining goals for a few minutes there. And respite welcome by St Mirren. Camara's header goes straight to Crosas. That's a good pass. Chance here for Scott Brown. Number 6 for Celtic. Never in doubt. Second for Scott Brown. And the gap was there for him. He was onside all right, no question about that. He was played onside at the back there by Potter. Once again, wrong-footed the keeper here. It's a very good finish. He's very quick, Brown. Side putting that past the keeper. Deadly composed finishing. And the irony here is, of course, that Scott McDonald will no longer have an opportunity to get on the score sheet because he has been withdrawn and Georgios Samaras has come on to replace him. Well, I imagine the strikers want to stay on here because there must be a real opportunity to get a few goals. Benninger of Hessling is trying very hard to get his tally increased. Hinkle inside, but Crosas has scored perhaps the pick of the bunch so far. Crosas again. Well measured pass that for Nakamura. Here's Brown. A misunderstanding, was there? There was. Very inventive though, Brown. Plays with so much thrust and penetration from midfield. There's Samaras, leading goal scorer with 14 before the start of this match. And inevitably, time is up for Billy Mayment, who's worked tirelessly on scraps throughout the match. He had little to work on at all. And he is now replaced by Craig Dargo, who will have a similar task. Well, a very willing runner, Dargo always is. Now Darren O'Dea. Well controlled by McGeady, under severe pressure here from Barron. Caldwell picks out Hinkle on the right. Only a question there, of course, of how many for Celtic. 6 and still rising, still just past the midway point in the second half. He scored 4 times in that burst. And all the threat of more. All the time in the world to keep the ball flowing. This is McGeady showing a bit of that to Barron, enough for him to make the clearance. St Mirren must be hoping that Celtic lose some momentum. It's almost inevitable. The game is so comfortably won. Deciding the lead just eases back a little. Haining battling hard. The result is a corner kick to Celtic. Well, he's getting a standing ovation every time he goes to a corner to take a kick here. Nakamura trying to persuade him, no doubt, to make sure he doesn't leave in the summer. A good driven ball, that. McGeady. Oh, that's a fine attempt. Very inventive. Only about a foot wide. But he has such great awareness in these tight situations, McGeady. He just has a little look up, tries to pop it in the far corner. Just missed. Well, one more substitute still to be considered by Celtic. Gordon Strachan contemplating that. I wonder if he may give a chance to someone like Olaf Ladd, or maybe Ben Hutchinson may get a chance. Here's McGeady again, another shooting chance. Well, he had time to set himself here. Will be disappointed he didn't keep it on target. Set up there by Samaras. Something for Boric to do. Nakamura received lots of the ball here, so too is Hinkle. Nightmare return here to Celtic Park with Mo Camara left back, playing against Nakamura and Hinkle, who have been in such fine form. Interception by Barron, but there's one back by O'Dea. Advantage will apply. This is McGeady. What a chance again! Well, he tried to put it on a plate for Jan Vingegaard of Hesselink. The yellow card for Potter. Good refereeing that. That's a foul, all right, on O'Dea by Potter, who's been yellow carded now. And that was intended for Vingegaard of Hesselink to slot home. Catchweight contest there. Dargo against Caldwell. There's John Potter, who was yellow carded with a late challenge on O'Dea. Advantage was applied very sensibly by the referee Allen. And almost for just goal number 7. No foul this time. Mason perhaps lucky. Here's Barron. Off goes Dargo. That's fine play by O'Dea. And his angle's absolutely right. So the waves of attacks continue. There's going to be an opportunity for young Ben Hutchinson to show what he can do for Celtic. One man acquired from Middlesbrough. Good work by Samaras. Good deception there by Thompson. Now Dargo. Quick and nimble. Full of energy here, but easily collected by McManus. Well, it's an own goal this time by John Potter. That just about sums up St Mirren's day. Takes the tally to 7. And you cannot but feel sympathy for hard-working professionals like Potter here. A very good ball in, very difficult to deal with. And Potter could do no more and hit it beyond his keeper into the corner.
So the
change is now being made by Celtic. Up comes Benny Horn of Hesseling, and on comes young Hutchinson. Well, he's been bursting to have his opportunity. Couldn't be a more positive situation to become involved in. Playing well in the reserves, and now there's a chance here. Another big crowd. The game well won. 7-0 at the moment. A very bad day at the office for Gus McPherson. For Celtic too. A huge statement in terms of the goal difference issue at the top of the league. By far their biggest win of the season. They've never scored more than 4 goals in any match all season. They beat Livingston in the League Cup by 4 goals to 0. They beat Hamilton here in the league by 4 goals to 0. These are the biggest victories until this one. So unusual to be so far into the season before Celtic managed to score 5 in a match, but they've now scored 7. Just listen to the crowd appreciating this performance. Well, with such great concern about the goals drying up for Celtic. But I think we have to reflect on the fact that it all went so sour for St Mirren, with an error by Chris Smith for the opening goal inside the first quarter of an hour, and then the red card for Jack Ross, and that put the match immediately beyond St Mirren. Since then it's been damage limitation for them only. They've just been trying to retain a bit of pride and self-respect, and Celtic are not in any way sympathetic. Well, amazing, these empty seats, but those who are filling the others are very happy indeed. There's Samaras. Hutchinson to his right, not interested in him. Just trying to get on the goal sheet, the goal stand himself, that's all. The block off there by Caldwell on Dargo. Free kick to St Mirren. Back from Brady now to Henning. Smith's long ball forward. Headed down by Hinkle. Here's Brown. Now Odie. McGeady. 3 men round him. Sets up Hutchinson. And Manis across to Nakamura. Heading, launching it forward. So back it goes from Henning to Smith. Well, it's unlikely that Celtic can score enough to go back at top of the league here. I reckon they need another 4 goals to do that. And every attack looks likely. Perhaps just a little dropping in the pace the last few minutes, not unnaturally for Celtic. So hard to maintain that, but I think freshened up the attack. There's some very hungry players there. One of them is Samaras. Now McGeady. Crosas wanted that, even in good position. Just the edge of the penalty area. It's back now with Odie. Every St Mirren player back defending. Remember, they only have 10 players. Porter's clearance deflected straight to Hinkle. Challenge made by McGinn means a throw to St Mirren. Hinkle trying to persuade the linesman that he made a mistake. Well, I'll find that out now. There he is. The linesman's absolutely right. As well, one back goal by Hinkle. Hutchinson. Nakamura. Good interception by Barron. All they could do with that, get the ball to safety. Well, the final whistle can't come quickly enough for these St Mirren players, but they've still got a long way to go, I reckon, with stoppage time, no less than 10 minutes. Gus McPherson cannot wait to get out of here. No more damage inflicted. He just has to write this off as a serious blip and a good spell of form. It's a fine pass. Well, he was a little bit half-hearted with the attempt. He didn't go for that in full-blooded fashion for the volley. Looked to be trying to steer this towards the target rather than drive it there. There's a chance though for the youngster. Goals for Nakamura, taking him to 9 for the season. Careless by Odie. Well, it's such a relaxed second half. There haven't been too many of these recently, so Gordon Strachan entitled to enjoy this. David Barton with a throw for St Mirren. Nakamura still eager to get on the ball. So too is Scott Brown, dumped in the seat of his pants by Mason. Miller's pass unable to be collected by Hutchinson, who's now the principal man right through the middle, up top with Samaras off him. Now O'D for Celtic. Very difficult for this side with such a lead to maintain the sharpness and the tempo. And that's what's happening now. Celtic is dropping the pace a little. St Mirren, to their great credit, have maintained their shape and maintained their determination. Just have not been able to cope with being a man short. A number of their players also in very good form. Like McGeady's been very dangerous, although he slipped over there, but so many of them want to be on the ball here. Nakamura obviously outstanding, and Scott Brown too. Crosas also has acquitted himself, in my opinion, very well indeed in that sitting midfield role. This is Brown. That was close. Well, looking for his hat-trick. Showing his two-footedness also. Look how quickly he turns on this to get on his left foot. And that certainly would have beaten Smith. Caldwell's header. Crosas lofting it forward. That's Henning with the headed clearance. Interception made there by Gary Mason. Henning taking that across the bows of Samaras. That was very good play by Henning. Thompson to Brady. That's a good interception by Crosas. Brady back there to Potter. Dargo's lay off. Thompson will give it Dargo again. Well sorted out by O'D, who had much more time eventually than he realised, but he couldn't be faulted for that. Well, St Mirren still looking for a consolation goal here. Decision given there by the linesman, I think, is a throw in right at the corner flag. So the ball was obviously out of play before it went behind the goal. Thompson to Brady. Here's Thompson again. Nakamura back defending very effectively, picking out Crosas with that header. Hutchinson. Now Nakamura. Samaras with the cross. It's well won by Henning. Barron showing a lot of determination getting to that well ahead of McGeady. The long stride of McManus gets on there ahead of Dargo. Deception there made by McGinn. I'm sure neither manager will want a lot of stoppage time here. There's not going to be a lot of it, I don't think. Can't imagine much more than 2 minutes for what's happened here. Just the substitutions, I can't remember an injury stoppage. The second half. Here's Hutchinson. Chris Smith now keeping possession to allow his players to advance on the Celtic half. They haven't had many chances to do that in the game so far. Well taken down by Caldwell for Hinkle.
The referee has added 2 additional minutes.
Going to be 2 additional minutes only. Strong play by Hutchinson. This is McGeady. It's a good pass. He almost looks too anxious, Ben Hutchinson. He really is trying to make an impression. He's eager and a little bit tense in possession. Trying to make an impression, obviously, getting this opportunity, but it's just to settle down a little. It'd be easier if he started the game rather than coming on so late. And the game was well won. That will be a goal kick to St Mirren. So many of the Celtic supporters heading for the exits a little bit early here and leaving with a very contented feeling, no doubt. Well, there'll be a glow, I think, about this performance and real encouragement in the games to come. They will reflect on the fact that St Mirren have had 10 men for so long in the game, and they did gift the opening goal, which was really the crucial one to settle any nerves and any anxiety about the stadium. This is Samaras now. Crosas. Hutchinson trying to turn. Now Samaras. Hinkle outside him. And Brown unable to keep that alive. And to pick his way through that crowded penalty box, Scott Brown. 2 fine goals from him. 3 from Nakamura. 1 own goal, 1 from Crosas. There's no more to happen. It's all over. The hero was Nakamura with a hat-trick, 2 in the first half, and then a stunning free kick in the second. And St Mirren reduced to 10 men so early and nothing to offer. Scott Brown scored 2 fine goals, played superbly throughout. And for St Mirren it's been a beleaguered, tough performance all the way through. From the moment when Chris Smith made the error to allow Nakamura's right foot shot to slip through his grasp in the first half to make it 1-0. After these 2 from Nakamura in the first half, number 3 came very quickly, and it came from an unlikely source, from Martin Crosas with that stunning shot from long range. And then it was a very fine finish by Scott Brown, powering that through Chris Smith from number 4. Pressure was on. Nakamura with a classic free kick made it 5. And then yet another wonderful break through from midfield by Scott Brown to make it 6. And then just to add salt in the wound, this error by John Potter for the own goal. So 10 men St Mirren had for most of the match. They couldn't cope. The final score, Celtic 7, St Mirren 0.